Life is designed to break you, whether it's through loss, failure, rejection, or pain. The world will test you relentlessly. You'll face hardships, obstacles, and moments where everything seems to fall apart. And when those moments arrive, you have two choices: to crumble or to rise. In today's video, we're going to dive into how to train your mind to become unbreakable. We'll look at how to build mental strength, adapt to challenges, and use the tools from Machiavelli's dark psychology to navigate life as tough as moments without losing your composure. Machiavelli believed that power and control are often achieved not through brute force, but through mental fortitude, ability to endure hardship without losing your sense of self. When life hits hard, most people react emotionally. They fall apart, lose direction, and let fear control them. But those who master their minds understand something profound. Adversity can be your greatest ally. It's not about avoiding the pain, but learning to use it to grow stronger. This video isn't about motivational fluff or empty promises that everything will be fine. It's about understanding the brutal truth. The only thing you can control is your response. Machiavelli taught that the truly powerful are those who remain calm in the storm. They adapt, adjust, and persevere without losing their ground. Your mind is your greatest weapon in these moments. The more you train it to be resilient, strategic, and emotionally detached, the more you can turn pain into power. Whether you're facing personal struggles, professional setbacks, or a combination of both, this video will show you how to use dark psychology to turn life's breaks into breakthroughs. If you're ready to transform your mindset and reclaim your mental strength, let us dive in. Adversity is the crucible in which the strongest minds are forged. Yet, most people fear pain and struggle. They run from discomfort, try to avoid conflict, and do everything they can to bypass the hard moments in life. The truth, however, is that adversity is not your enemy. It is your greatest ally. Machiavelli understood the value of adversity. He wrote extensively about the role of hardship in shaping powerful leaders. He recognized that it's not the easy moments that define us, but the challenges we overcome. For the truly powerful, struggles aren't obstacles, they are opportunities to grow, to sharpen one's mind, and to increase influence. This is where mental strength is built. The moments of life that test you, the ones that push you to your limits, are the ones that reveal who you truly are. How you respond in these moments defines your future. Will you bend under pressure, or will you bend the situation to your will? When life breaks you down, you can either stay broken or you can decide to rise. Pain creates character. It reveals your capacity for endurance, your ability to adapt, and your inner strength. Every setback is an opportunity to learn something vital about yourself and the world around you. Machiavelli's philosophy emphasizes embracing the challenges and using them to build your power. In his view, the wise man doesn't shy away from the storm. He welcomes it because he understands that in the chaos of life, there is always something to gain. Each defeat offers a lesson. Each hardship adds to your arsenal of experience. This doesn't mean you should seek suffering for the sake of suffering. It means that when life inevitably hands you pain, you should accept it, learn from it, and use it to your advantage. This is how you turn adversity into your greatest teacher and how you use it to build unshakable mental resilience. When you reframe challenges as opportunities for growth, you stop seeing yourself as a victim of circumstance. Instead, you become the architect of your strength. One of the key aspects of building mental strength is emotional detachment. Life will throw pain, disappointment, and rejection your way. The natural instinct is to react, whether through anger, sadness, or frustration. But reaction is weakness. It's a sign that you're allowing external circumstances to dictate your internal state. Machiavelli believed that a leader who is ruled by their emotions is a leader who will ultimately fail. To maintain power and control, you must master your emotional responses. True power lies in the ability to remain calm and strategic even when emotions run high. The ability to observe your feelings rather than become overwhelmed by them is a hallmark of emotional intelligence, and it is essential for building mental resilience. Emotional detachment doesn't mean becoming cold or heartless. It means recognizing that your emotions are responses to situations, not the defining force of your actions. By detaching from the immediate pull of your emotions, you gain the clarity to make rational decisions. This allows you to act from a place of strategy and purpose, rather than being driven by the heat of the moment. Machiavelli's advice was clear. The strongest leaders are those who can delay emotional responses and think strategically in the face of adversity. When you master this skill, you stop reacting impulsively and you start acting with purpose. Instead of being swept up in anger or fear, you step back, assess the situation, and choose the most calculated response. This doesn't mean suppressing your feelings or pretending they don't exist. It means giving yourself space to feel what you feel, then deciding how best to use that energy. Anger can fuel action, but it must be directed. Sadness can lead to introspection, but it must be channeled into growth. In moments of pain or stress, you can train your mind to pause, reflect, and detach. This gives you the power to respond, not react. Over time, this emotional control will become second nature, and you'll find that you can endure anything without letting your feelings control you. If you can master emotional detachment, you become the one who stays calm under pressure, the one who is never swayed by external circumstances. This is the unbreakable mindset that allows you to thrive in the face of life's challenges. Self-discipline is the foundation of any strong mind. While motivation may come in waves, discipline is what keeps you moving forward when life tries to break you down. When everything else seems chaotic and unpredictable, discipline is the steady hand that guides you toward your goals. Machiavelli, in his writings on leadership and power, often emphasized the importance of maintaining control over one's actions. He understood that leaders who lacked discipline, who succumbed to their impulses and whims, were doomed to failure. The same principle applies to anyone striving to build mental strength. Discipline is what transforms temporary setbacks into lasting success. Self-discipline isn't just about forcing yourself to stick to routines. It's about resisting the temptation to take shortcuts when challenges arise. It's about staying consistent when things get tough, continuing to push forward even when you feel like giving up. It is about maintaining focus on your long-term goals rather than being distracted by the immediate discomfort of the present moment. Mental fortitude is developed through these small, everyday actions. Consistency is key, whether you're getting up early, working through difficult emotions, or pushing through a challenging project. It's the ability to stay committed that makes all the difference. Every small act of discipline builds resilience. Over time, you start to see results that confirm your efforts are paying off. Machiavelli knew that the most effective rulers were those who could control themselves in the face of adversity. They didn't let frustration, fatigue, or doubt distract them from their path. Instead, they moved forward with purposeful consistency, making calculated moves toward their objectives, no matter what. When you train your mind to stay disciplined, you reprogram your response to adversity. Rather than succumbing to the chaos around you, you meet it with quiet, calculated strength. This doesn't mean denying yourself rest or self-care, but it means refusing to let temporary discomfort derail your long-term progress. Self-discipline is how you turn willpower into results. It's what allows you to keep going when everyone else has given up. And when you're mentally disciplined, you become nearly impossible to break, no matter what life throws your way. In a world full of distractions, one of the most important skills you can develop is the ability to focus. The people who succeed, especially when life tries to break them, are those who can concentrate their efforts on what matters, despite the noise, stress, and chaos around them. Machiavelli knew the importance of focus, the ability to direct your attention to the task at hand without being swayed by external factors. He understood that in order to maintain power, one must remain clear-headed and strategic in the face of adversity. Focus allows you to cut through distractions, make informed decisions, and execute with precision. Without focus, mental strength is weakened. Your energy is scattered. You end up reacting instead of acting. Life will always try to throw obstacles in your path. And if you're not focused, those obstacles will seem overwhelming, impossible, or insurmountable. However, when you have clarity of purpose, distractions become mere blips on your radar, and obstacles are merely challenges to overcome. To build mental strength, you must train your mind to remain laser-focused on your long-term goals, no matter what temporary setbacks or hardships come your way. When adversity strikes, your immediate reaction should not be to panic or give in to emotional impulses, but to realign your focus on the bigger picture. This doesn't mean ignoring your feelings or pretending that setbacks don't affect you. It means not allowing them to steer you off course. Machiavelli teaches us that those who focus their attention wisely, who take their time and act with patience, are the ones who gain the greatest power. This means being able to discern what is worth your time and what is a distraction. The introverts, the self-sufficient thinkers, are masters of this. They don't waste time on things that don't align with their purpose. Instead, they channel their focus into the areas that matter most. Training your mind to focus when life tries to break you requires consistent practice. It means learning to recognize when your attention is slipping and consciously redirecting it back to your goals. When you make focus your priority, you're able to push through emotional turbulence and external chaos with a steady hand and a clear mind. This focus gives you power over your own reactions, over your actions, and over the course of your life. One of the most misunderstood elements of mental strength is patience. In a world that glorifies instant gratification, the idea of waiting off sitting through discomfort without rushing to fix things can seem like weakness. But in reality, patience is one of the most powerful weapons you can possess, especially when life breaks you down. Machiavelli understood this truth well. He knew that leaders who acted impulsively, driven by emotion and the need for immediate results, were often doomed to fail. True power, he wrote, comes from the ability to wait for the right moment to act, to remain steady in the face of adversity and strike only when conditions are most favorable. For the self-disciplined and mentally strong, patience is not inaction, it's strategic stillness. It's the power to resist the urge to react impulsively to every challenge, every disappointment, every moment of pain. Instead, patience allows you to gather information, assess your options, and choose the most effective course of action. This ability to wait for the right moment is something Machiavelli mastered. In his view, the wisest individuals are those who understand timing. They know that in life's battles, victory doesn't always come from rushing into action. It comes from waiting for the most opportune moment. When you have the upper hand, patience allows you to build mental resilience. The longer you can sit with discomfort without reacting, the stronger your mind becomes. Each moment of waiting is a test of your endurance, but also an opportunity to gather strength. Emotions, past situations evolve, and when you have the mental fortitude to wait, You often find that challenges dissipate on their own, or you are better prepared to face them when they do. This is why the strongest minds embrace patience. They use waiting not as a passive experience, but as a period of preparation and strategy. When everyone else is rushing into their decisions, the patient mind stays calm, assesses the landscape, and chooses the most effective path forward. Life's toughest moments don't require rash actions. They require strategic patience. By practicing patience, you transform moments of weakness into opportunities for growth, clarity, and decisive action when the time comes. In the face of adversity, the ability to control your emotions is one of the most powerful assets you can possess. It's easy to lose control when life breaks you down. Emotions like anger, fear, and frustration are natural reactions to stress. But what separates the mentally strong from the weak is the ability to stay unshaken in those moments of chaos. Machiavelli's teachings are clear. Power belongs to those who can remain calm, composed, and rational, even when the world around them is crumbling. The truly powerful don't give in to their emotions. They harness them, redirect them, and use them to fuel their decisions, not to control their decisions. The self-sufficient, mentally strong individual doesn't act out of impulsive emotion. Instead, they pause, assess, and choose how to respond. When emotions surge, they recognize them but don't let them dictate their actions. They understand that emotions are signals, not instructions. Machiavelli taught that rulers must control not only their actions but also the perception of their emotions. Leaders who lash out in anger or act out of fear are seen as weak because their reactions are controlled by circumstances. Emotional mastery allows the individual to remain unaffected by external forces, to stay grounded and steady when everyone else is reacting without thinking. In moments of hardship, your emotions are the first thing that will try to sabotage your clarity. But if you can recognize that you are not your emotions, you become free. You don't let moments of weakness overwhelm your ability to think clearly. Instead, you use them as opportunities to reinforce your mental resilience. The key to emotional mastery is awareness. The moment you become aware of an emotional reaction, you take control of it. You allow yourself to feel it, but you don't let it control you. By embracing this mindset, you not only protect your peace, but also gain the ability to turn difficult emotions into sources of strength. Mastering your emotions doesn't mean suppressing them. It means not allowing them to run your life. When life breaks you down, emotional mastery is what enables you to stand tall, remain calm, and continue to make decisions from a place of power. Life will inevitably break you down at some point, whether it's the loss of a job, the end of a relationship, or a personal failure. Adversity is a part of the human experience. However, the true strength lies in how you respond when everything falls apart. Resilience is not just about enduring hardship, it's about turning setbacks into fuel for growth. Machiavelli's philosophy teaches us that adversity is not a sign of failure, but rather a powerful opportunity for self-reinvention. The most successful individuals are not those who avoid suffering, but those who can transform pain into power. Life's hardest moments, those moments that seem like the end, are actually the beginning of your greatest transformation. Resilience is the ability to rise from failure, to take lessons from hardship, and to keep moving forward with greater wisdom. It's the mental strength to adapt and change when life forces you to, rather than seeing setbacks as obstacles. The resilient individual views them as steps forward in a long, hard-fought journey towards success. One of the key principles Machiavelli emphasized was that a person who has faced difficulty and come out the other side is more powerful than someone who has never been tested. Adversity builds mental toughness. It forces you to confront your weaknesses, learn from mistakes, and emerge with a clearer understanding of what works and what doesn't. Those who have never faced significant challenges may have an easier path, but they also lack the depth of understanding that adversity brings. The process of resilience involves acknowledging the pain, accepting the loss, and then making a conscious choice to move forward. It means looking at every setback with a clear, analytical mind and asking, what can I learn from this? The ability to grow from pain is what sets the strongest individuals apart. Through resilience, you realize that nothing is permanent, neither are failures. What matters is your ability to keep pushing, even when you're done to feel like it. Because each failure is an opportunity to learn, adapt, and come back stronger. When life breaks you, your resilience is the key to using that break to shape a better, stronger version of yourself. One of the most powerful concepts in developing mental strength is strategic detachment. It's the ability to let go of control and stop trying to manipulate every situation or outcome. This might sound counterintuitive, especially in a world that teaches you to control everything. But in reality, detaching from outcomes is one of the most empowering and freeing actions you can take. Machiavelli understood that power doesn't come from controlling everything, but from knowing when to release control and allow events to unfold naturally. He emphasized that the most successful individuals understand the limits of their control. They know that not everything is within their grasp, and that forcing outcomes is often the quickest path to failure. When you let go of the need to control every situation or person, you give yourself the space to adapt and respond more effectively to challenges. This doesn't mean becoming passive or indifferent. Rather, it means choosing where to focus your energy and knowing when to allow things to develop on their own. Strategic detachment is about being able to stay involved without becoming emotionally dependent on outcomes. This practice of detachment is a direct challenge to our natural instincts. We want to control our futures, prevent discomfort, and avoid uncertainty. But true strength lies in facing uncertainty head-on and responding to it with clarity. The resilient person is not one who fights against the current, but one who learns to navigate through the unknown with calm and purpose. Machiavelli recognized that calmness in the face of chaos is one of the highest forms of power. This is what strategic detachment allows you to achieve. By letting go of the emotional attachment to every result, you create the mental space necessary to think clearly, make better decisions, and remain composed even in the toughest of situations. When life breaks you, detaching from the outcome allows you to move through the pain without losing yourself. You stop seeking validation, and you stop reacting to every setback. Instead, you stay present, focused, and deliberate in your actions, knowing that the only thing you can truly control is how you respond to the situation. Strategic detachment gives you true power to remain steady, clear-headed, and strong no matter what life throws at you. The final piece of the puzzle in building true mental strength is adopting the unbreakable mindset. Life will test you relentlessly. There will be moments where everything seems to fall apart, where the weight of your circumstances feels unbearable. But through all of it, your ability to stay grounded, stay focused, and stay strong is what will define you. Machiavelli understood that true power comes from inner strength, ability to endure, to persevere, and to adapt. He believed that the most powerful individuals are those who remain composed in the face of chaos, who can weather any storm without losing their purpose. This is the essence of the unbreakable mindset. An unbreakable mindset is not about avoiding pain or struggle. It is about choosing how you respond to it. It's the ability to withstand hardship without letting it define you, the strength to stay true to your goals despite setbacks. People who are mentally strong don't let challenges break them down. Instead, they see each challenge as an opportunity to become stronger. This mindset is built over time. It's forged in moments of pain, rejection, and adversity. Every time you face difficulty and choose to rise above it, you strengthen your resolve. The key is to embrace the struggle rather than avoiding it. The more you face, the more resilient you become. An unbreakable mindset is one of resilience, the ability to bounce back after every fall. It's about embracing discomfort, understanding that growth happens in the moments where you feel most vulnerable. It's also about self-belief, knowing that no matter what happens, you have the strength to overcome and grow. Machiavelli would say that those who endure and adapt are the ones who seize power not through force, but through the quiet strength of character. The unbreakable mind is not swayed by external circumstances, but instead chooses to remain focused on what can be controlled: your actions, your responses, and your future. When life breaks you, your unbreakable mindset is what allows you to stand tall, recalibrate, and emerge stronger. You don't crumble under pressure. You rise above it, using every setback as fuel to move forward. This is the final key to mental strength: embracing the unbreakable mindset and choosing to rise no matter what life throws at you. Thank you for watching. Remember, mental strength is not about avoiding hardship, it's about mastering your response to it. Stay resilient, stay focused, and never let life break you.